Busy trade deadline in the NBA, specifically for the rest of the Eastern Conference. Not so much for the Celtics. A good day for them, but you had the Raptors loading up, the Bucks loading up, the 76ers. Jeff, I'll start with you. Where's your stance right now with the Eastern Conference? Who's in the driver's seat? What's your take after Thursday?
No, there's nobody. There's nobody in the driver's seat. I think it's wide open, and that's the beauty of this thing right now is we know who's going to come out of the West, but we have no idea who's going to come out of the East. Certainly Toronto, I thought, made a major move here getting Marc Gasol. You pair him with Kawhi Leonard, with Kyle Lowry. They really improved themselves. Philly, adding Tobias Harris, I think they improved themselves. Right. But I still want to see how they coexist together. The chemistry on that team with Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid. Now you add a guy who really likes to have the ball in his hands and score in Tobias Harris. I don't know. Honestly, I'd love to say I know who the front runner is. I have no idea right now.
That's the beauty of LeBron going out west, I think, right? I will say this. It's going to be interesting to see how the Sixers do without Markelle Fultz. I'm just not sure yet.
Is that really what you're wondering?
Damn.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that first off? That's cruel. Don't do that.
Ooh,
that's a great deal for both sides. Markelle Fultz gets a fresh start.
Yeah, we're not talking about Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz, rest in peace. Hope he turns it around.
You are like brutal.
I hope he turns it around.
Nothing that Jimmy is saying is supported by CLNS Media. Chris Grenham, Jeff Goodman.
Now that he's in Orlando, we don't have to see him. We don't have to think about him. Anyways, back to the teams that actually
We're going to edit Jimmy out of this.
Yeah, Jimmy, we're just going to phase you out.
I'm with you. I'm interested to see how Philadelphia does now that they have Harris, because he's a great player, but he's your fourth option now. I mean, you can only do so much damage as the fourth option. And by the way, you got Jimmy Butler, who needs the ball.
JJ Redick, by the way, is on that team too.
You need a fifth option. I mean, right? I mean,
who do you want shooting the ball?
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
I think their top four is solid. They have that solid top four, but it worries me if one of those guys goes down. They don't have a ton of depth, and I think a team.
TJ McConnell. What else do they
get out of here? I think what I think could really help them is if they were to go out and get a guy like Wayne Ellington in the buyout market. I think they could have a nice shooter come off the bench.
They'll get somebody.
That would really help them. Before I forget here, this segment is brought to you by our friends over at 1-100, 100.co. Go to CLNSmedia.com/Celtics raffle for your chance to win Celtics tickets. No Patriots tickets anymore, but don't worry, they won the Super Bowl. Go to CLNSmedia.com/Celtics raffle for your chance to win some awesome Celtics tickets. So, if you had to pick right now, you got our final four. I'm assuming we're all on the same page with the Raptors, Sixers, Bucks, and Celtics.
Yep.
Who do you see in the Eastern Conference Finals, and who do you see taking the cake in the East?
I don't know what the matchups are going to be, but I'll give you my top team. I think it's the Raptors right now. I just like them. I think they're a deeper team. I like them at home. I mean, they don't have to worry about losing their LeBron anymore, so I like them enough on the road where they can get by. I think the Celtics are going to in the end. I mean, it really could be Eastern Conference Finals could be any combination of those four teams. It really just kind of matters on where they're slotted up in the 1 through 8, I think.
But I'm with you. I think I'm with you. The more I think about it, I say to myself, you know what? I have more trust in Toronto, and it's Kawhi. Yeah. Ultimately, it's Kawhi Leonard for me, and Kyle Lowry's got that toughness.
Sure.
And you bring in a guy like Marc Gasol who's, lost a lot of games, but he's a vet, right? He's still got enough left in the tank. So I'm with you.
I think Milwaukee did get better with that Mirotic acquisition. Obviously, he's a great shooter, and before last year with Giannis, it was all centered around his drives. They couldn't space the floor well. Now they have tremendous floor spacing, and obviously they've been the top dogs for the last couple weeks, at least in these, but Toronto's right there with them. I still don't really know how Milwaukee defends the Celtics. I don't think they match up that well, so again, it all comes down to who gets matched up with who. But either way, we'll have to see how this pans out over the next couple weeks. And post All-Star break, you can check out everything at CLNSmedia.com and on the CLNS Media YouTube page.